Enfilade and defilade are tactical terms that tend to freak a lot of people out because naturally they're old French words and the French language is scary, but it doesn't need to because it's not really that complicated, right? These terms refer to your orientation, a unit's orientation in relation to enemy fire. So in this situation, we've got our friendly units coming out of this wood line and they're in a file formation because it's just so thick. They are set up in enfilade fire, where the fire is going down their line. Enfilade is an old French word, like I said, meaning to keep on a string. Just like that. So the fire goes down the line. It's a very vulnerable position to be in because naturally the fire can just rip through and kill everybody with a few rounds going through it. Defilade, on the other hand, is set up laterally to enemy's fire, typically behind cover. So defilade is where you want to be. Enfilade is where you want to keep the enemy. The inverse of what we have right here. But let's say the enemy is a terrible shot. These guys get set up over here in this super heavy brush that provides perfect bulletproof cover for some reason. They are now in defilade, and they can return fire as best they need to. So we now have defilade versus defilade. Now, let's say we do everything right. We get a machine gun up online. Here's a machine gun. He's providing suppressive fire. These guys put smoke to conceal, and now they flank over. Now, machine gun is still in defilade. They're still in defilade. But now from this angle over here, we start getting people in the trench line, going down the trench line like so. Suddenly, this may not be a pure defilade position because, you know, naturally you guys on the top of the trench, in the middle of the trench, and there may not be great cover set up laterally, but the enemy is definitely in enfilade fire now, which is a really nasty position to be in if you're in a trench line. So typically what's going to happen is they're going to retreat or die in place. So keep that in mind. Whenever you're looking at situations, you should always be trying to find ways to put the enemy in enfilade fire where they can't fight back very easily and keep yourself in defilade.